vulnerable to Chio and Sparkle if you do LOS your healers.
I also think it's difficult if you're Toronto to figure out, like, if it's just like a compositional thing where maybe you have to play the Sojourn, like, because you're not really getting anything going in these fights, right? So it's difficult to find out, like, whether your comp is being, you know, ineffective or whether you need to make a change or it's just positioning and whatnot. Because every fight really this far has just been dominated by the Dallas Fuel.
Yeah. To the spawn room of Toronto Defiant to try and find some this is a lacking Defiant members. Although he does have a blade, he does bullet, Edison and Chio end up going down to the Genji as they do manage to find the flip in the end.
It's like a two-player flank from the Defiant. Dallas recognized it, decided to give up the point and push forward, but never really fully committed to push forward. Maybe they ended up like overlapping speed.
Hopper, equally as large Rampager from Hanbin. Fielder is so low, but Sparkle's pulled the blade. He's a rallying break straight in his face, but Twilight had the bash to get away and create some distance. Unfortunately for Hopper, although they suffered at the hands of the Dallas Fuel. 50% in building for Toronto as the Dallas Fuel used that commanding shout to push them onto point and just isolate Twilight. Chio finds 2 kills in the fight, and the Dallas Fuel are going to be able to find the cap, and overtime is triggered. Although, to touch, to re-trigger OT, but he's got no dash, he's got no reflect, and he's got no health left. And the Fuel will claim round 1.
Yeah, they're just collapsing on them so fast. Like, can they back up and give Hisu the... Well, Hisu gets picked off by Edison. I was going to say, can they give Hisu the space? Because that sort of feels like, to me, like this thing is all predicated on, right? Like, if you can just survive the neutral and give Hisu the space from a distance, you can battle out and win. Although, and Hoppa coming up clutch here may end up pulling this out.
Yeah, overeager from the Dallas Fuel, it feels like there, although just kind of carving Toronto just ongoing, so that overhealth continually building during that fight. Luckily though, Hisu is granted space and takes care of Sparkle, but Edison's overclock might be a little bit better than the DPS ults from the Toronto Defiant as Chio finds yet another final blow. The Dallas Fuel holding down this point. They ended up flipping and now they got 60+% building. Pretty low, but Bob just doing crazy damage from the sidelines. That crossfire working out Matt. Edison does find 2, but although could just get so many resets in this small room. The Defiant did manage to get the point and get OT rolling, but Sparkles now, it's his turn to roll, and he's rolling the Toronto Defiant. Although Hisu Twilight dead, overtime's going to tick down, and that should be round number 2 and map number 1 to Fuel.
Feels like the Defiant got rolling a little bit there in that second round. Obviously way closer than round number 1, but a kind of vicinity where they can just run him down to be able to see or do anything to damage.
Oh, what a knife. Does Sparkle die to that? Nice. Yeah, he does. Dies to that small tick damage, and then Hopper just finishing off with the final blow. They're doing it training Genjis, but Hisu gets the better of Edison as Toronto Defiant now capping the point. 2 ticks done. And now, the play for the Fuel is just to rush onto the point and try and find some sort of damage, some sort of kills, but... At that point, oh, Hanbin in the bushes with his ghillie suit on. He's still got Rampage. Hisu's already taken out Kara Sparkle. In fact, Hanbin's team just falling around him. Hanbin had a really good position, keeping everybody back, but Hisu and the rest of the squad were able to just pick off Dallas Fuel members as they tried to help out Hisu. Hanbin even.
The deal, and although with an opportunity to push this over the line for Toronto. Get one.
Fielder goes down already. He's trying to kill Hanbin. He's just trying, but that shout is just way too good. Twilight ends up falling, and now though heals to the Toronto Defiant. I mean, you've got Although and Hisu, and Although does take care of Sparkle, and Edison also falls, but Hanbin and Fielder are still alive. Nice boot from Chorong to stop them from touching the payload. It is 0.45 meters to go, but the Dallas Fuel are going to hold on to the very bitter end and stop Defiant from capping 3rd.
Like, Hoppa's in a rough spot here. He's just getting chased down by everybody. Yeah, you see right there just how far he yoinks Hanbin. Yeah.
It's kind of insane how far it does pull you. Does miss that one, but Hisu starts the fight off with a bang once again. I mean, this is what we were talking about. The action on the defense is kind of crazy because the Dallas Fuel have to invest so much mobility and so many abilities like speed boost, commanding shout. You might as well. Rampage comes out, hits Sparkle who's in blade. He's going to play so defensively, but he just chooses not to. Just Sparkle things, I suppose. That'll be it. You get the blade out at least.
Yeah, I thought maybe you could have played that a little bit more defensively if you're the Defiant.
Rally gets popped by Fielder. Bob's in a decent spot. Look at him, actually. Yeah, he's just kind of ripping them apart. He doesn't eventually end up getting taken down, but Harman's health bar still not looking the healthiest. That Rampage not hitting too much. Managed to claim Sparkle's life at least, but they do trade Hopper for it. Much better Rampage from the Toronto Defiant. Twilight, and although in a whole heap of trouble, axe swing through the shield. The Dallas Fuel, with 30 seconds to go, have a real chance of completing now.
Yeah, when the Rampage has been used by Hanbin, they've been able to keep him alive and follow it up. A few times when we've seen Hoppa use that Rampage, there's no help there from the Defiant to be able to keep him alive. And you look across the board, nothing for really anybody to use here, yeah.
Completely neutral fight coming in. Commanding shout very early from Toronto Defiant. Hanbin just gets focused down almost instantly. With 10 seconds to go, you just can't let that happen if you're the Dallas Fuel. Someone has to touch. So Chio, that's the guy that's going to get there, maybe, but I don't think they're going to be able to. Time's ticking down, and although had a blade in his back pocket, Toronto Defiant holding the Fuel on last. Aren't out of the series just yet.
That's in Dallas, just as they've been wiping the floor with them.
Yeah, it's definitely where their strengths are exaggerated, that is for sure. It's just kind of insane at close range duels, especially with Sparkle. Edison takes some free shots on the Toronto Defiant, who just lay down on the ground. That's 3 kills from Edison on height. And maybe a 4th too. Little punch. Here's Hopper was so low in that fight, but look at that Rampage from Hanbin. Hits 4 members of Toronto Defiant, and Hopper was already burning away. That Chorong beat was just nothing. Below, look at the focus fire from the Dallas Fuel. It's just too good. That should be it. Yep, all said and done. The Dallas Fuel still managed to cap. Dallas Fuel just wanting to build up ult. Bob comes out. Dynamite on top. Maybe Sparkle still got that blade. The rally from Field is good. Healing Sparkle all the way up. Bob just playing Gatekeeper right now. Just pushing the Toronto Defiant all the way back in their spawns. Dynamite comes out from any blade. Oh my god. And Sparkle just going crazy with his Dragon Blade. Dynamite on top with the blade. Call that T-Boost blade and longsword. And well, right now, both the supports and the Toronto Defiant are pretty damn low. And now they are just dead. Fielder does end up falling, but I mean, the resets and the AoE from the Junker Queen. I mean, it's just too good in those situations.
And what we talked about is...
Okay, Twilight's now on the Honor to try and make something work. But they're going to need something. I mean, Matt, this is an absolute stop right now on first.
Yeah. This has not been great here from the Defiant.
Goes pretty low. There's the rally. Rampage comes out, hits Sparkle and Hanbin, but Twilight's already dead. He's not a brig, he can't run away, and both the supports down to Sparkle's blade. And I think this might just be it. The Bob doing a fair bit of work still, but yeah, Edison doesn't need it. He's still a crack shot. The Dallas Fuel, they're going to hold first on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Toronto Defiant go down a map, and now Fuel on match point. No, he gets Chorong again, somehow. Chorong a little bit too far up. There we go, a hit by someone else. And then Sparkle finishes the kill. All right, Dallas Fuel, off to a good start.
This is what you kind of worried about with... So, like, we have seen teams in the past, right? You can play, like, these comps, like, you can just get run down pretty quick. Which is why, yeah, this Ash, I don't know if it's going to work out here. I mean, you just see the tempo that Dallas is able to play at, right? So fast, get in their face. It's difficult for Toronto to, like, respond around the corner.
Speaking of zoning blades, jeez. Although got forced into that corner, had to receive heals while he was trying to deflect. Twilight trading for Sparkle. The Rampage from Hopper should seal it. Yep, Hanbin and Shio antied, and there you go. The bot has been stopped. Fine, don't have that Rampage, so Hanbin can put himself in a nice position. Oh, the beat from Chorong. Just a little bit too late. Twilight ends up going down. Toronto Defiant at least can kind of kite back now, but without DPS, without support, you have to give up so much room, and you're even going to get staggered a little bit here too.
And they've already gotten the, you know, that forward spawn progress early.
All right, Bob comes out, but Sparkle has already made a mincemeat of Defiant. Yeah, Hisu trying to get some space and just time to himself. That's what you want as an Ash, just space and time to do as much damage as possible, but Dallas Fuel making that an impossible challenge.
All the way to the distance as Twilight gets really low.
Oh, Sparkle again, dude. He's been his arch nemesis this whole series, it feels like. Twilight not really aided by the rest of his team as they had to go for this touch. Sparkle finds 4 kills in the fight, and the Dallas Fuel will end up capping the points and taking the series 3-1.
And really strong performance in the Dallas Fuel. Toronto, they had to adjust a little bit.